I want to know, as a Texas fan, I guess it's a two-parter.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be your biggest test this season? And who do you think is going to become a rival?
Dang it, Jesse, you stole my question.
Who I think is is just a natural built-in rival is Tennessee. I don't understand how the SEC got it wrong where we couldn't do really and truthfully. I mean, Tennessee and Texas, even beyond football, growing up in Texas, Texas history was littered with Tennessee. And we love Tennessee. Like we know it. We were raised to have an affinity for Tennesseans. And it's almost like not only do we love Tennessee, but we want to prove ourselves to Tennessee. So I think that an eventual rival will absolutely be the University of Tennessee. And that goes with the real Orange, the real UT, the ties that, so many people, between Tennessee and Texas are connected. For one, I recruited, my brother, my sister, my mom, all from Texas to come to Tennessee. So we're establishing roots and vice versa. Many people go between the two. Arkansas, to rekindle that rivalry is going to be nuts. We can obviously say A&M. A&M is going to be, Texas A&M and Texas is going to be what it is. But Arkansas, I loved Steve Sarkisian's quote when he said, "Arkansas hates Texas more than they love themselves."
That's a great quote.
It's such a great quote because it's so true. And when I was at SEC Media Days, I asked Sam Pittman, I said, "Hey, Sam, Steve Sarkisian was recently quoted as saying, Arkansas hates Texas more than they love themselves. What's your response to that?" And he said a couple things. He goes, "But he's right." And just the whole room just kind of laughed because it's like, it's so true. There's so much hatred between Arkansas and Texas. So I'm really excited about that.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Jesse, I'm so sorry. What was the first part of your question?
First one, who is going to be your biggest test this season?
Great. Okay. Obviously, Georgia. Georgia is going, I don't care if, I love that it's at Texas, but that's going to be, that may be at that point what makes or breaks Texas's chance at a college football playoff. I really do think, and this is just my head, not my heart, but I think that we're going to go to Michigan, and I think we're going to squeak out a victory at Ann Arbor. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think that Michigan's going to try to take the air out of the ball. They're going to run it. But I think that Texas has just enough offensive firepower to score enough to beat Michigan. And at that point, you're looking at Mississippi State, a couple of games we should win, but when Oklahoma and Georgia back to Texas, that is a brutal 14 days. And that right there, it's a toss-up for Oklahoma, and Georgia is going to be a huge test. So how much will Texas have left in the tank? What comes out of that Oklahoma game is always a hard-hitting game. Who's injured? Who's healthy? Who's not? Georgia's coming to town. We'll see. I think that's the hardest test. I've maintained that if Texas can go to A&M, and this is for all my Aggie friends, if Texas can go to A&M with Case McCoy, the other brother, the lesser brother, and beat you, and we're not going to struggle with Quinn Ewers. Just know we're really excited to come back to College Station, just so you all know.
Yeah, don't white out against Georgia. If there's anything I've learned, don't do a blackout, a white. Don't do that.
Don't do fancy things again for big games. Save those for the mid-tier games.
Very bad juju.
It works very small amounts of the time.
Tennessee's checkering Neyland for Florida, and that makes me a little concerned. I guess I'm not going to lie.